I'm Shakeen with the Covington News and the Rockdale News sports editor, and
I'm Bryan the Covington News editor.
okay, and we're here to talk to you guys about the future of signing day. I don't know if you guys have been following it, but lately there's been a lot of talk about should players sign their national letter of intent on signing day or wait, because you have a lot of players who get frustrated. They sign their letter of intent on signing day, then the day later a coach that recruits them leaves, or other things happen. Coaches have been pulling scholarships a couple days before signing day. I know there was a big thing with Matt Coburn and Louisville. So Bryan, just what do you think about it?
Well, the national letter of intent basically is a contract from the player or the student athlete to the coach and the college team. One-way contract. There's no contract the other way. So my feeling is we are educating these kids first. You hope a lot of these kids will go out of college and enter some kind of business world where they'll have contracts and, more importantly, they'll have responsibilities. I would think you'd want these kids to understand responsibility and respect is a two-way street. When they get on the field, they have to do what the coach says and do all that in order to earn playing time. So when they sign this letter of intent, they're signing a letter of intent, but they're not. The coaches aren't earning anything. They can cut them. There's no contract there, so they can cut them just as easily as anything. So.
I think that's a big problem, though, because you got the Matt Coburn situation. It's 2 days before signing day, and Louisville is telling them, "Oh, we're pulling your scholarship. You should come to college maybe in January in gray shirt."
Yep.
So, and then you've got like Matt Weber, who said he was recruited by Ohio State. And I believe it's the running backs coach left and took another job, and they had told him that the running backs coach wasn't going to leave. But he left the day after signing day, and Matt Weber, he tweeted out something that he was really upset. He got a lot of retweets, a lot of favorites. The coach, his high school coach, was really upset with Urban Meyer because he said Urban had gotten their number one athlete 2 years in a row and things like that. So I feel like there has to be a better communication and a trust between the two parties.
Yeah, and there is right now. The Matt Colburn story was one of my favorite of the year, and if you'd follow the recruiting season, he was going to go to Louisville. Louisville had a couple of defensive backs declare early for the NFL draft, so they needed to shift their scholarship that they've already verbally agreed to with Matt Colburn to supposedly fill defensive backs. So the school harps on these players to, hey, commit to us. It's a big deal when a player commits. But then after he committed, they said, we don't need you anymore. We're going to let you go. So I don't think that expresses the best level of respect and commitment toward the player. And the coach of Matt Coburn's high school, said he's no longer going to deal with Louisville and Todd Grantham and by Petrino, because they don't uphold the standards that himself and other coaches ask of 17, 16-year-olds learning how to do things the right way.
I think that's the right way to go about it. I think more players should consider doing it the Roquan Smith way, waiting until after signing day to sign that letter of intent, because you don't know what coaches are thinking. They're just trying to get a player in there to play football. So
because Roquan Smith still signed a scholarship, so he still contracted himself to Georgia, but to attend school, not strictly say, I'm going to Georgia, here's my letter of intent to be exclusive with this football team. He said, I'm just going to sign a scholarship to attend Georgia and play football. I think that's a good thing. I think that's the right way to do it. It's not a two-way contract. I know if I sign a contract with someone I was going to work for, I would want them to also be dutifully bound to retain me and use my services. So.
Let us know what you guys think in the comments. Thank you for watching.